name is Andrea Vincenti, and I am a former client. I have 4 kids. My oldest is 18 now. And then I have a 17-year-old son, a 6-year-old daughter, and a 4-year-old daughter. And I would have to say that the relationships with my kids have been catalyst for most of my growth. My daily schedule consists of getting up early in the morning and doing my exercises. Then I will wake my girls up, get them ready, feed them breakfast, and take them to school. And then I'll go to the gym and get my workout in. And then I go to the bakery and work until I have to go pick up the girls around noon. And then I go to the bakery again, take the kids, they have lunch, and then it's all about them the rest of the day, their homework or their activities or whatever they need.
We met kind of going from her transition from high school to college at the local ice cream shop called Penguins. And then we sat down and talked, and we started dating. And then she went to Utah. I came up a couple times to visit. We were just too young. We did clash. Our personalities very strong, very independent. We kind of moved on our own paths and got married and separated. I woke up one morning with a vivid picture of her face. And when she was younger, she had curly, like a brownish, goldish, blondish color. And I woke up with that image of her. And of course, stunning eyes. It happened to be January 9th, which is her birthday. So I'm like, all right, a little bit of a coincidence. So I wrote a little note and slid it under the door of her biological mother's house. A good couple weeks go by, I get a phone call that it was her mother. And she's like, oh, I have an email address. So I emailed her and she responds, probably in a couple hours. And she said, by the way, I'm going to be there that weekend. Well, it was the first time in like 8-9 years that she'd been to California, let alone to see her dad, let alone anything. So I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you wherever the heck you're at. I'd love to see you. Sparks flew pretty much from day one, and really everything else from there is history. I mean, we got married, we had kids, all within heartbeats of each other.
I was at Heritage School in the 80s, back when they were starting in Heber. I didn't have a relationship with my biological mother. She had always sent me away for other people to raise me, and I think that she didn't like the results of what non-parenting had done. I was very angry with her for abandoning me. I had abandonment issues with her. So the behavior that was out of control, defiant, I wouldn't listen to her. Thank goodness she found Heritage. So I was driven all night from California to Utah. It was my first time that I had been in a snowy place like that. And I remember thinking, where in the world? I had no idea where I was going. I was told that I was going to be staying there. And it was a really surreal experience. Jerry Spanos was my therapist. He just was trying to build some kind of relationship with me. Jerry was able to process with me all of that anger and all of that and get to the core of what was actually going on and get me to start crying and to start feeling something other than anger. Then that's when the change started happening and the healing process started and all of that. Had I not gone to Heritage and been in a structured environment, I really would have messed myself up, because I with all that anger at 13, you don't know what to do with it. One of the hardest things I have ever gone through is helping my son through some difficult times in high school. And Heritage was such a big help to me that's the first thing that I thought for my son when he got into problems, and when I had exhausted everything that I could do for him. I had to just realize that there was nothing else that I could do for him. I saw that he was getting into some drinking and self-medicating with drugs, and he had it in his brain that he was going to deal drugs, and these were huge issues because it was very different than what I knew his goals were. And so I talked to Jerry, and he was kind enough to offer Alex some opportunities, and so we put the wheels in motion, and Alec ended up at Heritage. I caught a lot of slack from my friends. Oh, what are you doing? You can't lock them up. That doesn't work. Those shrinks are, a bunch of baloney, and oh, gee, it's just normal behavior. It's just kids. Kids will be kids. And no. Even with all of the knowledge that I had as a student at Heritage and knowing how much it helped me, and I still felt guilt, like I had somehow failed as a mother, as a mentor, as a parent. I should have known better, or maybe I could have done this, second guessing myself. All of those feelings came up, but at the same time, I was relieved that Alec is in a safe environment now. He can take some downtime. Hopefully he'll learn some things, and he did. Tyler was his therapist, and he just had time to process things, to really take a look at where he was, and I think that was enough to get him to where he is now, which is he's in college. He's in University of Michigan. He's studying biomedical engineering. He's doing well in the program. He's getting good grades. He's choosing different people to make friends with that have the same goals as he does. And so it helped him. Thank goodness.